Coming into your YouTube airwaves, it's Vaughn, the Stat Man, and welcome to the Stat Room. All right, guys, so welcome to the video, guys. So before I get started, let me introduce myself. Guys, I am Vaughn, the Stat Man. You can follow me on Twitter at Vaughn the Stat Man. And guys, check out the website, vaughnthestatman.com. All right, guys, let me get right into this video. I don't like to waste a lot of you guys' time, so let's get into it. All right, guys, so we don't need to mention wide receivers like Adams, Hill, and Hopkins, because if you can fit one of those dynamic receivers into your lineup, you will do that. But these are 5 other receivers that I believe can get you 17 to 30 fantasy points on any given week. Let's get right into it. On the screen, I'm giving you a bonus play. That's Rashad Bateman. He is the rookie wide receiver from the Baltimore Ravens. I've been watching him in tape, and he has been doing extremely well, beating the Ravens' top cornerbacks daily in practice. Expect him to have 50 catches, 700 yards, and 6 touchdowns. All right, so first on the list, we got Justin Jefferson, guys. He was a rookie receiver last year. Going into his second year, he replaced Stephon Diggs, and I would say he did admirably. He had 80 receptions on 125 targets, and he had 1,400 receiving yards. Guys, he had 7 touchdowns, playing opposite of Adam Thielen. Now, Adam Thielen had 14 touchdowns, so this duo is a great duo. But expect Justin Jefferson to catch more balls. I would say he gets 100 receptions this year. He's going to probably have 140 targets, but I say he catches 100 balls. I say he gets double-digit touchdowns, and he is going to be a guy that can help you to win consistently, especially play him at home, and I also like him on the road in favorable matchups. But I like him week in and week out. All right, so next up, guys, we got Keenan Allen. Now, this guy had 100 receptions, guys, on 147 targets. He had 992 yards, 8 touchdowns, and only 14 games. Now, I know he didn't have a lot of yards, but, guys, Keenan Allen is a guy who can get you 8 to 10 balls per game. That's 8 to 10 fantasy points on FanDuel per game before you add his yards and before you add his touchdowns. He had a touchdown pretty much every other game. And with Williams on the other side, expect Allen to be single covered a lot. Justin Herbert is now going into his second year. He has now had a training camp under his belt. So expect him and Keenan Allen to be on the same page and to terrorize defenses all year and to help somebody on FanDuel to win thousands of dollars this year. Next up, guys, we got Robby Anderson, who has now been reunited with his main man, Sam Darnold, from their Jets days. They had amazing chemistry, guys, and I think they're going to pick up right where they left off. And Robby Anderson last year had 95 receptions on 136 targets. He had 1,096 yards, but he only had 3 touchdowns. Expect that touchdown total to go between 8 and 12. I'm predicting him to have double-digit touchdowns. I would say 10. He's going to be a fantasy steal, guys. So if you can get him in like the 4th or 5th round, draft him. But if you play daily fantasy, I would draft him week in and week out. I love Robby Anderson. And this year with Sam Darnold, especially week 1, I expect Robby Anderson and Sam Darnold to show the Jets what they're missing. I expect them to have 120 yards and 2 touchdowns en route to a win and helping somebody to take down the $1 million contest. And last up, guys, we got Marquise Brown, who I believe will be the breakout star this year. I think he's going to set the league on fire, and he's going to be playing with this year's MVP, Lamar Jackson. And last year, Hollywood Brown had 58 receptions, 100 targets, 769 yards, and 8 touchdowns. But most of these touchdowns, guys, happened at the end of the season. Him and Lamar got hot. Now, you're going to put him at the 3rd wide receiver position. You're going to have Bateman as the number 2. You have Sammy Watkins at the number 1. There's no 3rd cornerback that's going to guard Hollywood Brown. He's going to come out of the slot. He's going to catch at least 75 balls. I think he's going to lead the Ravens in explosive plays this year. I would say he's going to have about 1,050 yards and 11 touchdowns, guys. So that's it, guys. That's my 5 wide receivers that I believe can help you to win your fantasy. And I believe all 5 of these receivers will all go for double-digit touchdowns, and these will be wide receivers that will help people to win fantasy. And when you look daily in the fantasy lineups, you'll see these names are going to be in the $1 million and the top winning lineups weekly. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Stay tuned for the positive word. And my word is decisive. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to go back and replay all the times you played fantasy sports and you was indecisive. Did you win or did you lose? When you were decisive, I bet that you won more often than not. Did you know that indecisive people have a higher chance of being depressed, because when you're indecisive and you can't make a definitive decision, that means your decision making is very wallowing, meaning you're going back and forth. It will lead to depression. So ladies and gentlemen, work on being definitive. Make a decision and stick with it, because a definitive mind is a winning mind. Love you guys. All right, thanks for watching the video, ladies and gentlemen. And if you want to be a stat, remember, hit that subscribe button and also share this video. Thank you, and welcome to the Stat Room.